at the main action. And with me today, as always, we have Papa Pratt.
Hello, good day.
All right, so this is my league match this time around. Looks like it's Jessa versus Brennen. I'm playing someone named Robb Freeman, really nice guy. This was his first time playing an actual game on TTS, so if he seems a little clunky at some things, I'm sort of just kind of teaching him as he kind of learns as we play. Wow, that made sense.
Yeah. So it looks like you're packing your favorite Phoenix-born of them all.
Yes.
So talk about your first five here.
So this deck really was built to beat Eric's BDR, and sort of just tries to clog up the battlefield. So I do not like this OMG matchup. Well, this isn't even OMG. This is just a Brennen matchup.
Right. I mean, he's packing close. He's got some illusion in there. So
I think I went Summon Blood Puppet, Summon Owl, Fear, Open Memories, and Violinist. And I really was not sure what I wanted to open memories for. It was either going to be Owl or Puppet. It's a scary thing to think of putting a Puppet on their side because they are Brennen.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if they're going to blow something up anyway, might as well be something that doesn't heal.
I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and the idea with two of them, I can just sort of get to a point where I overwhelm his battlefield. And then just sort of use Jess's ability to kind of race him and match his Brennen damage.
Yeah, so not a lot of people use blood puppets. Obviously, it's one of the things that I really like.
Right.
And maybe this is it's either I'm a bad influence on you. Unfortunately, I'm a bad influence because I really do like the blood puppets. I think they are classy and stylish.
Probably not top tier.
Probably not top tier. I mean, look at your dice spread, too. You're packing an A traditional for the meta. 6 ceremonial, 4 charm. You don't have the illusion back, which a lot of people are playing nowadays. So it's I'm very interested to see how this rolls for you.
And I'm kind of thinking about it now. Why wouldn't I just add the 2 illusion for hidden power, maybe Stormwind? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes for me. Brennan's always a dogfight. Just damage is coming, and you got to have your own answers. You're either gonna put out big units and race him. And him in the face with them, or you're going to do your own damage back.
Or disrupt. This deck is effectively a disruption deck, disrupting the battlefield. I mean, looking at it with the owl and the blood puppets, you're going to attack the hand, you're going to attack the battlefield, and depending on what you open memories for, it's going to put pressure one way or the other. So it's your role seems to be okay, right? Middling for you. 4 class ceremonial, 3 class charm, and a few basics. Did you choose to go first?
Yeah. So I'm looking at his mana, and I don't know. I don't know what to expect here. We've been used to playing against the charm version of the Brennen, not the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually concerned that this was going to be some sort of damage drop with Stormwind, Fire Archer, Molten Gold, Final Cry deck. I was really worried that that's what this was going to be, and I don't know. I didn't want, with my thing, I was worried about some Ice Trap Hammer Knight action. I don't know. There's a lot of things I was worried about, and my strategy really doesn't care about whether I go first or second. So I think he went first here, actually. So
he goes first with an EV. Now, you thinking, the owl after the EV is a pretty good play because quite a few people will drop the EV to the owl. But you're looking here, you go, well, this is not a bad play.
Right. So I want the owl to take a card, and normally, exactly as you just said, the EV is usually the card I get. But now I know that it's EV free, so maybe if Fire Archer's left to sort of protect the hand,
mm-hmm.
But I'm going to try and get a card.
And you're right. It's wide open of what you could be seeing here. It could be Hammer Knight, it could be Frostback Bear, it could be pretty much anything. To expect.
I just know that it's in Brennen, so damage will be coming my way.
Absolutely.
And Butterfly Monk comes down, that is just not a surprise at all.
And it's painful for Jessa, let's face it.
It hurts, man.
It does. That screams of the departed.
Yeah.
It just mutes it a little bit.
Well, yeah, and the ability with Brennen to heal 1 and deal 2 to you is just brutal.
Right.
So, we get out my owl. I love the conjurations. Just blood puppets and owls. I'm trying to think why I did this. Maybe because I knew the EV was out, I wanted to make sure that he couldn't Fire Archer and then Spirit Burn my owl down.
Or meditate with the EV, put a point on it, and
Fire
archer it down.
Right. There were ways that he could have killed it.
Absolutely. I know it's a good play. That's a strong play to put a charm dice on your owl if you really want to get it through to do its work. It really is.
And like looking at my hand, I only need charm at this point now for memories.
Correct. Now, something that he's going to force the issue, I think. Well, we'll see.
So he's going to put out the monk. Interesting. So now if I do commit to this owl...
Might take some damage back.
Right.
And make no mistake, Brennen is a race from the very beginning. Brennen burns hot.
Spits hot fire.
Hot fire.
All right, so that was just a main. He already had the die, right?
Now, last time you were really upset about where the ready spells were. Does it bother you that Butterfly Monk's upside down to him?
I was not going to say anything. Like, I was trying to be the bigger man.
So he exhausts one of your charm dice with the wolf.
Yeah, I think that kind of put me in the situation that I need memories now.
Yeah, it's a good call.
But he didn't play a card from hand. So he's not trying to race to get stuff out of his hand at this point. Like, the owl's not really threatening here as much as I would hoped.
You guys turned on the end turn thing.
Yeah, it's super helpful. If you're playing on TTS, there's a feature. You just go into host. I think it's turns, and you just turn on. I think it's right above clockwise turns. Click that one.
So you went for the blood puppet.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he burns early before I even reveal the blood puppet. I want Spirit Burn to be gone, and then I give him 2 blood puppets.
Right.
And then at that point, he's only killing 1 per turn, and they're just starting to mount up. And False Demon comes out.
It was the first surprise.
Yeah,
that's a big surprise, and it talks to the concept I think that he's going for here. It's a very interesting concept on the traditional Brennen. Yeah, the False Demon, which I'm a big fan of now, right?
Right. I mean, they're great in the world of Rin. Like, they are great. I don't think it's going to do a lot of work for him here, just because, I don't have the mana for Hammer Knights. It's unlikely I'm running Blood Archer, but I could be. I'm not going to have a lot of big bodies he's going to block with the False Demon.
Now, an interesting first 5 card there. He started Choke.
Yeah, that threw me off. At first, I thought he was like jokingly playing Choke to like stop the owl, but obviously he's not, because that would mean just lose a mana.
Right.
But yeah, weird starting of Choke. I don't know what he was worried about. Maybe some sort of Fire Archer, or just maybe Jessa as a whole, burning down his battlefield in the first turn and screaming.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. That was a very interesting first 5 choice on his part.
So the first 5, this is very... I mean, if you're looking at the first 5 cards here, you're seeing it's very control shell oriented. This really is atypical here from the OMG Brennens, which... And by the way, if you don't know what OMG stands for, it's Owl, Monk, Gilder. So very quick, very efficient conjurations, we call it the OMG Brennen. The OMG Brennens want to throw out a full battlefield. Generally, the 3 conjurations, a Fire Archer, and either a Hammer Knight or an EV, something like that, depending upon if Illusion Dice are showing. But this one is a little bit more control shell. Very interesting.
Yes, Chain of Revenge killed me inside when he played it. Just because now Spirit's Burn is healing 1 and dealing 3, and I'm basically paying a mana to make it not heal 1. It hurts. So here I'm trying to really buy my time and not reveal that I have these blood puppets. I want him to Spirit Burn, but he's, he knows he has the time, he has the patience. And
the mana. Look at the mana disparity. I mean, he's got so much mana. He's got a whole lot to spend his mana on right now either.
Right. Hands empty. Yeah. Oh, it's a really weird board state right now. He's got so much mana. He's going to summon the False Demon. I think this play is less of like he needs it and more just to buy the round tempo so he doesn't have to start passing.
Sure. So yeah, he summons the False Demon, and the False Demon really does work in a meta where creatures are getting burnt out, like from Cull or...
Channel Analinus.
Yeah, anything that's going to be able to do ping damage. The False Demon can weather that storm and be able to provide a sturdy blocker for you. And it is going to require them to swing, which is okay whenever you're packing Butterfly Monks, right? Because they can do some work as well.
Yeah, so I've got Fear, and maybe I shouldn't have started it. I just, anytime someone has the mana for Hammer Knight, I think I'm worried about it, so I start the fear.
I think that's a good call, though. I think it was the right decision with the mana spread that you're seeing there.
Right. I'm ending up fearing something that's not optimal here, but it bought me round tempo again because I'm still trying to hide these blood puppets. But I don't know if I do it yet. We'll see. I need a main action, right? That's what I'm sort of struggling for here.
What are you thinking with your fear looking over there?
The False Demon. Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest one over there. The EV is going to be able to kill that Butterfly Monk. I just want to take as many battlefield slots as I can to make room for the Puppet Storm that's going to come.
Puppet Storm.
Puppet Storm.
That's right. Puppet Storms. And what's also good, too, if he doesn't, we'll see, but what's good is if he does Spirit Burn and you're able to give him 2 blood puppets, your first player, you get to give him another one.
Right.
You get to just flood him.
And, it's weird saying, hey, here's a blood puppet I gave to you, you're going to Spirit Burn, but I'm still getting my damage out of it, my screams damage.
Sure.
And again, if he's not Spirit Burning Butterfly Monks, that's good for me. Because I'll just not kill them.
Right. No, that makes sense. I understand. It's going to come down to mana then.
So we meditate. Looks like we make a power ceremonial. And we pay 1 to kill the butterfly.
Screams?
Yes. Yes. So I think the way this resolves is that as active player, the heal triggers and then I trigger screams.
I don't think he's taking damage.
No, so if Screams of the Party triggered first, he would just heal it right back.
Got it.
But I think I resolve Last Wish first, and then trigger Screams of the Party.
Excellent. And there's that fear.
Right.
Bye-bye False Demon. Okay.
Do we Screams? I think I don't here, and this is actually going to be really important later. I don't Screams here because he still has a power illusion, and I want to be able to summon both blood puppets. And I'm going to need him. I'm going to need 2 mana left after he inevitably probably takes 1.
Yeah, we'll see if it's a mistake. So how are you feeling right here?
Pretty good. So I'm still down on health just because of Brennan's 20. Well, now I'm even more down because he chanted me. But I've not. My face isn't burned, and he doesn't have a whole lot left to burn, just the EV. So, but I'm in this weird situation where I want to give him blood puppets, but he still has yet to Spirit Burn.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seems counterproductive to give him a blood puppet at this point, especially if I'm not going to have mana left for Screams.
Right.
And again, I'm just assuming he's going to illusion die. I don't remember if he actually does. Oh, there we go.
It was a good call.
And so he still needs a main action, correct?
Mm-hmm. My guess is he's going to pass, and I think this is where you...
Yeah, so I'm at an interesting point here, right? So he's passed. I've got 2 cards in hand that I probably don't want to keep in hand. I don't want to pass this point because I'm going to be 2 cards down in the next round.
Right.
But he hasn't Spirit Burned, which is good for me. But he's already used Chant, so nothing. All that's going to change is next round I'll be 2 cards down, and he'll have Chant back. So I might as well just lean into my strategy here. You gotta break some eggs, make some puppets. That's what they say.
That's a good call. Yeah, this is a tough matchup. This is a tough matchup for the control shell with the puppets, but it's an interesting one.
All right, so I'm blood puppet, 3 at house, checking everything that's on the board. I think I was just doing this to kind of show everyone.
Mm-hmm. This is where he says, "How do you look at cards?"
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He asked me what command. It's Alt.
It's
by the
Alt.
way.
Yes, Alt.
Whew.
So
he passes again, I believe.
We are all in. Both blood puppets on the board. So now I'm not sure if he just goes ahead and passes here, and you go ahead and go with it, right?
Yeah, it's a tough call here because I'm not going to get my Screams to match his Spirit Burn in this round.
Right.
And that hurts. It hurts on a deep level.
Right.
That's the power of those illusion dice coming in.
Right. And that you're absolutely right. The illusion dice is that the decision to not Screams that round was very interesting. This was the how do I meditate question. Now you're seeing regress.
Yeah, well, yeah. The moment I saw regress, I was like, man, we're doing the same thing. If not, he's doing it better.
Right.
I'm running regress in my deck. I'm running fears. We're trying to control the big units. The problem is neither one of us is running the big units.
Right.
We're both trying to wall up and just do damage. And inherently, I just think the Brennen deck is better at this juncture. We'll see. So he meditates, puts a 1 on my EV, and passes the turn because I think he knows that I'm probably going to commit to my puppet strategy.
Well, that was a side action for you, right? For him. He didn't do a main action.
Right.
So you just pass out. That's
because Past Me is smarter than current commentator me. I think Past Me knew... I didn't roll my charm die. There we go. I think Past Me knew that putting the puppets out is just going to give him something to explode, and I'm not going to be able to Screams. Or I am going to Screams 1, but the trade's not worth it at that point.
Right.
Him not Spearing Burning is better for me. So, yeah, this round, it's weird. It's weird open memories for a card and not using either.
Yes.
It seems very bad.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
But like I said, I played a lot against a lot of very aggressive Brennen players that are Spirit Burning right out the gate. And he was very smart about holding it. So I draw into Reaction City here with Sympathy Pain, Redirect, and Final Cry. And then my Regress and my Blood Chains.
Now those three, the Sympathy Pain, Redirect, and Final Cry are outstanding for you right here, right? I mean, those are darn good cards for this matchup.
All right, so right out of the gate, looks like a Memory Drain.
Yep, make him drop.
Fire Archer, cool with that?
Absolutely.
All right, do I have a side? I don't think so.
No, and so far, again, there's been no flies on the opponent. He's done very, very well.
Yeah, I think once I didn't put out any real threats, and by threats I mean anything that has like 3 or more attack, he knew that he could just kind of slow roll this. And like with the chant set up now, like he's got the edge for sure.
Sure.
So many options. Stormwind.
And here comes the burn.
Ouch. Where is he going to shoot it?
He's going to hit you.
Yeah, I know he is. But, like, there's always this part like, maybe he'll hit my wounded EV.
Or the exhausted owl?
Please?
Kill the owl?
So the question is, would you Sympathy Pain here or Redirect?
Redirect, maybe.
I think...
to my EV because it's going to die.
Well, I said damage.
Going for broke.
I think that 2 is going to be the most that he's going to do in one set of damage.
Gotcha.
So to me, the 2 is going to be either from Spirit Burn or the Stormwind. It didn't matter. It really didn't matter to me at that point. So he took the 3 and then got back
this Fire
Archer on his turn, side action. So now we've leveled out the health. Sort of. I mean, we have, but soon... I mean, he's still got 3 damage waiting to drop me with Spirit Burn and Chant.
Right. And the Fire Archer is another.
So I think I'm kind of struggling with my Charm mana here, because I want to put out another Owl, but I want to keep Redirect ready. So I think I'm probably going to have to meditate to keep... And that's probably really telegraphing on my part. Just say, hey, look, I need this Charm die still.
Right.
The opponent should probably figure it out.
But using meditating to do the ping is not a bad thing. Why did you get rid of that second?
Because I meditated to pay with the EV to hit the Stormwind, and then I paid to
Screams. Gotcha.
Yeah. So he should go down to 14 here. If he doesn't, we're calling in the rules.
I think he's gonna do something with that.
Yeah. So he also elected to use his Enchanted Violinist, and he killed mine.
And there's the Final Cry.
And then we're both Final Crying.
There was a lot of stuff going on there. So you both Final Cried. Now, did he chant? That's an interesting question.
I remind him afterwards. But
gotcha. You're a nice guy. So yeah, lots of death and
damage.
just final cry. Stormwind died. Chant of revenge.
So he should be 12.
Some dark stuff.
Well, it's like the two, like, Blood Mage and this Black Cloud. So the chant should be coming. I think I said, hey, did you want to use your Chant of Revenge? He's like, yeah, man. You know, I could probably just pull up the audio of this part instead of reenacting the voices, but you know what? We'll figure it out.
So again, you're not in a horrible position, right?
Right, I'm racing.
Yeah,
it's still the threat knowing that any moment he can still do 2 more to me, which I'm only going to be able to match with 1.
Right.
But yeah, this turn did not go bad for me, right? Regress is kind of a dead draw. Probably Blood Chains too.
Yep.
But he still got mana for a Hammer Knight. Still got Molten Gold. And, well, Hammer Knight mana's gone.
Yeah.
Here comes the Fire Archer.
And he pings...
So he's got something in his hand that's worth value, right?
Yeah.
Or he just wants the ability to swing in with his units to kind of make up the difference of this race.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't paid his mana yet, actually, for the Stormwind, has he?
No.
Or the Fire Archer, excuse
No,
me.
he did not.
Everything that does ambush is the same to me.
So yeah, let's see if that ceremonial gets used again.
No, I think I corrected him right here.
Oh, there you go.
So this is bad, right? So he's still got Spirit Burn. He's still got 2 dudes on the board who can potentially swing. I've lost my EV, so I can't readily clear them. I have no Nature Dash in the deck. I'm in a bad spot. So I think I need to get the EV back, and that's probably what I do.
Yeah, that's not a bad call.
I like my thinking mouse. Like you can see the movement where it spins around.
What do I do here?
See, I'm highlighting stuff.
He's just going over it. What am I gonna do?
The end of this game, I believe, is just gonna be 15 minutes of us staring at my hand. All right, so we go to 11. That hurts in this race, but it hurts less than taking 2.
So there's the EV, inching back in the race a little bit, but
how great is EV? I mean, gosh, it's so good.
it should be.
Sorry,
a signature card.
I don't want to get into that. I don't know if Colin's gonna watch us.
Well.
What could he do here? So he's still got a Butterfly Monk, because it's probably what he's going to do. And he's still got the mana for Spirit Burn. He's meditating. An Ice Trap, interesting choice of card to run.
Again, more control. All control on his side.
So he does not choose to use his Violinist.
And you found that card that he wanted to protect.
Right, absolutely. So this is the reason he went after my owl. But at this point, I was like, good, actually.
Yes.
Because now we know the puppets are coming. They're coming. So it's basically going to be one end round where my puppets do damage before he got to Spirit Burn. And this is actually 2 rounds back to back where Spirit Burn is not going to go off. And that's huge for me. I would be at 4 right now if he had committed to it.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. Rather than a Fire Archer, well, that's difficult.
Yeah. Well, he played the Fire Archer to kill the owl, remember?
Right.
So he was protecting the Molten. What's the other card, though? Is it another Molten? Like, interesting. We'll have to see. So I don't Screams here because I want the Blood Puppet. It's going to be the same damage, but now he has to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. No, we knew it was coming down to it, right? I mean, it's a race. Coming down to it.
And Blood Puppets are so fun looking. Like, look at it over there. Just holding it down. A second False Demon. That's a lot of False Demons running a deck.
Yeah, and he didn't necessarily need to kill that owl then, right?
Right. Absolutely. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to sit here and commentate in retrospect and tell him what he did wrong, but yeah, I would have discarded the the false demon summon to the owl and then just shoot the archer at my face. Now I'm at 7 and I have nothing to block with still. Yep, it's interesting. Interesting decision points.
We get to see puppets do work.
Yes, blood puppet. It looks like a pass from on his side.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm willing to pass.
Your ready spells are really in a nice position.
They're all just on the far left.
I really like that.
Really neat. Yeah, you should take some notes.
I might want to do the way you've got yours set up there is really quite nice.
You know what we need is those, they're pretty big in Netrunners, like the play mats that show you where to put everything. Ash just doesn't really have a defined, like, you need to put your Phoenixborn here, and this is where your summons go.
If I ever play you in a tournament, I'm playing things everywhere. All over the place.
Can I put this prospect bear over here?
My bear's on your side. He drinks your milkshake.
He drinks it up. Oh, man.
Good roll?
Oh, yeah, I was rolling really well this game. 2 blood puppets doing work, two wounds placed on him.
That's right. That's not damage.
That's wounds.
That's
just straight
wounds.
to the heart. No funny business. I like how in TTS people commit to these tokens on the actual Phoenixborn and then realize the counters are just way better.
Now, did you see what you discarded?
Yes, it was a regress. I think regress is the only thing I discarded.
And a blood chains.
Oh, yes, look at that. I did discard a blood chains and I drew another one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I drew in this round my 3rd blood puppet, a fear, and another redirect. So the redirects are good, right? It's the only way I have a chance to survive this game.
Right. And you can make blood puppets defensively.
Yes. And maybe should have. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know if I should have, but it certainly is an option, right?
Oh. So Spirit Burn's coming.
Yeah, I don't think definitely you've given him a shell
to
throw at you. But it's a 2-for-1 trade at least. He's just deciding how he's going to load it up.
I'm starting to think that maybe this Jessa could have really benefited from Chain of Revenge. It's slow enough that I think I could have got it to work.
On your side?
Yeah, with redirects. Just to push more damage.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, and Blood Chains is always good with it. But the deck's really tight on space right now as it is. Most decks are now these days.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much good tech out there.
Here is the Butterfly Monk.
Yep. It makes sense, right? I mean, it's getting down to it. At least make my Jessa less effective.
It's upside down.
Yeah, he likes it like that.
Okay, I just wanted to bother you.
I didn't pass him the turn thing, so it's really confusing that the end turn thing's still on my side.
Yeah. And you think he Spirit Burns you to redirect or not to redirect?
Most def to redirect, right? So I pay the basic 2 screams on the Blood Puppet's departure. And then here comes my redirect. This is a tough call. Right. I think I wanted the owl to basically flesh out that hand more, but Violinist is going to let me clear the spaces for Blood Puppets. It was a tough call.
It was. But there's spaces for Blood Puppets now.
Oh, yeah. And then again, I remind him of Chant, 'cause I'm a good guy. I like taking damage to the face. Is he Final Cry? No, he didn't have the power ceremonial. Okay.
And that's what's up with, these Brennen decks. They have so much burn, so much direct. The Final Cries, the Stormwind Snipers, either if they're OMG, they've got Sympathy Pains. If they've got Molten Golds, it's just all just direct. And Spirit Burn, supplements that damage so well. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I really do like this Illusion version. Especially against Jessa, he was able to basically race me, but take away my mana to keep up with him. My Scream's mana.
Yeah, we should take a look and see how it does against OMG. because of the difference in the mana.
Right.
Going after, effectively trying to shut down sympathy and redirect.
For sure.
That's interesting. Because he's got the false demons to fight off Rin. He's got the regress to fight off Rin. He's got... I don't know if we've seen Blood Change yet.
We have not. Oh, man. This is a scary match. It's just like, you have to be on edge because you know that at any moment he can just drop a lot, like as you were just saying. And 7 is not a good place to be. Once you get into Molten Gold range, and I don't think we've seen one yet. So I'm one away from basically double Molten. He's taking a long time to think about it, though. It's good. Blood puppets make people think. That meditate got crazy.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So Fire Archer, Blood Chains. There it is.
Okay, so Blood Chains, he's got the full control suite for the big stuff. False Demons gives him a really strong shell to stop big creatures, and then he's got the burn in Final Cry, Moltens, and Stormwinds.
Yeah,
it's pretty effective. And then the life gain in Butterflies. It's not bad at all.
Oh, for sure. It's a solid deck. It looks like he got the Power Ceremonial here. So, fully expect a Final Cry coming this round. The thing about not running Illusion is I just sort of have to accept that I can't do anything about it.
Right.
And it's going to come in 2 different sources, so I'm only able to redirect one of it, which hurts.
So some violinist dance to the tunes.
Yep.
So now what are you thinking?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's likely another Fire Archer. I don't know if we've seen all 3 at this point. But I'm looking, my board state on my side's looking to be in trouble. Oh, man, and then here comes the Stormwind.
More direct.
Yeah, I need redirect targets, and he's just sort of doing a really good job of taking care of my board.
Yep, he just kept the pressure on. Just keeping the pressure on you.
I think I'm trying to decide if I want to redirect this to the EV or not. But at this point in the game, I need that EV to live to clear stuff. Mm-hmm. And it could be argued that I could have redirected and then just taken the 1 to get it back. But then I lose redirect, and it cost me 2 mana, and I still take 1 anyway. Mm-hmm. So I think my choice here was just to take it on the face. And use the EV to basically clean up that Stormwind and put another, make a spot for a puppet. Mm-hmm.
What's good about so far? I mean, your opponent has been all business.
Yeah,
it's been all other than the False Demon, which hasn't done as much against you because you're not running heavies. But had you had heavies, certainly he would be able to respond. But it's been business.
So, yeah, meditate while I'm active player to make my EV basically kill his before he can react. And I'm expecting Final Cry here. I really am. And it almost looks like, it's kind of one of those things about,
choke.
This was the play. This is the play of the game.
This is the game.
Yes.
He choked the EV trigger, stopping you from killing his EV, and then gets to use his own EV
to kill mine.
To kill yours.
This was a beautiful play. This is like probably the play of the game. Like if we were gonna do a segment at the end, we were like play of the game and like a
Overwatch.
Highlight. Yeah,
Overwatch play of the game. Yes, because look at everything that was accomplished here. He clears your board. Well, you can replace what I think you're going to.
Well, so yeah, I still have a main action, but he essentially saved his enchantment from dying, didn't take a screams damage, didn't get another blood puppet, and now pressures me into protecting my own board because he has 4 attack worth of units ready to go.
Absolutely.
It was a beautiful play.
Great play. Well done.
Now I'm forced into this owl play.
Defense.
Yeah.
Defense on your back foot because of the choke. Just great.
That was an amazing play. Choke has so many great uses. Like my deck doesn't have choke, But this Brennen match pretty much punished me for it.
Mhm.
Because if I get choke, I sort of stop this whole snowball of Spirit Burn, Chant of Revenge, Final Cry, Stormwinds even.
Yes. And the more we see Brennen, the more I think choke is worth it. If you're willing to play Chant of Protection for 2 cards and a mana to stop 3 damage, you should be willing to play a card and a mana to stop 2 points of damage from Spirit Burn.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the math works out.
Looks like he's deciding whether or not he's going to swing and with what. This is also another interesting decision point. I was not sure what to do. What's funny is I had Fear in my hand, and I'm looking at EV and Stormwind. I don't want to get...
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Molten range, and I think that's why the Owl takes this.
I don't think that's a bad call at all.
Yeah. But, again, now I'm in trouble. My board's clear, and he's got 2 worth of attack. And I think this is where that interesting decision point of, do you summon a Blood Puppet on your own side comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I think, again, I was too worried about how low health I was to get myself Blood Puppet, but what did I spend that mana for?
Screams.
Oh, okay. I didn't need Charm anymore.
Right.
I basically just said I don't have any unit to redirect to anyway.
Well, you basically go all in, right? I mean, you could have kept it for the redirect, but you go all in and saying, no, I'm going to give you a Blood Puppet. I'm guessing. I don't know.
The other alternative would be go to 4 and get an EV back.
Yep.
You're going to take 1, but you essentially stop you from taking 2 from the EV and the Monk, assuming he decides to swing with them.
But yeah, that choke.
Gosh.
That choke did so much work.
It's like I saw it and I was like, choke. Oh, no. No, like it really did shut down my entire turn. My entire turn is over. So it looks like I did opt to get that Violinist back. Yeah. Interesting. So I want 1 mana for Blood Puppet, obviously. But I'm not going to be able to kill something and Screams with the Violinist this turn. Maybe this deck needs Expand Energy. I don't know. This deck needs some help.
So do you think if you would have kept that Charm, it would have mattered? I don't know how much more damage you take this round.
Yeah, well, his Spirit Burn's gone. A Fire Archer could come. A Final Cry could come. I think what got in my head was the decision to choke kind of for whatever reason. And the Stormwind dying while he had the Power Ceremonial. All of these things have happened and Final Cry was not chosen, right? Final Cry didn't happen. And so in my head, I thought, oh, Stormwind was just killed. I screamed. He didn't Final Cry. He doesn't have Final Cry. And I think in retrospect, he was waiting for me to lose the Charm die. Waiting for me to spend the Charm die on Screams in order to make sure I can't redirect his Final Cry.
And there's that Blood Chains on your Blood Puppet. One of the downsides of Blood Puppets is you give your opponents things with which to kill you with. And as you were just talking about, I think he threw that in the bag.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not coming back, probably.
No.
So that was his main action, right?
That was his main action, but here is the name of our show.
The reaction. Yeah, I just still thinking about it. Whenever I still had the Charm die. So he really wanted to make sure the 2 damage landed, and he wanted to make sure that I was not going to redirect it. So he held on to it.
He played very, very, very well. Very well.
It's one of those things about like not doing something because you can. Like, you know, that mentality, like a lot of new players be like, oh, I have this card, I want to do this. Well, he didn't need to play Final Cry at any of those earlier junctures. He knew he had Blood Chains, so he could trigger it himself. It wasn't an issue. He knew he had something to Blood Chains because I kept giving it to him.
Right.
So, yeah, very well played on that part.
So you need to...
So I didn't Screams there, by the way, on the Blood Puppet.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm trying to fill those remaining 2 spots with blood puppets. So I fear the butterfly monk, and I do that because it bypasses Last Wish.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not destroyed, it's removed from play, so it doesn't trigger his heal.
Well, and it also prevents lethal on you, right? Because if he swings with both the Eevee and the butterfly, you die. So you have to get rid of that somehow.
Right. Absolutely. It was that or Blood Chain something. Like Blood Chain's my Eevee right back.
Mm-hmm. Lots of difficult decisions.
So now it's him again. I fully was expecting him to just hit me for 1 here.
Yeah, this EV.
So he passed. Or I guess hit him.
The shaky cam style.
Shaky cam is his next level. It's like the equivalent of like
but
like whenever I'm running the camera.
Got some Born Identity stuff going.
Yeah,
all right.
Intense combat scene.
Hand to hand, and the puppets start again. I still want blood puppets to work.
All right, so I've got 1 mana left. Why do you think he was not wanting to swing with the EV?
I don't know. Maybe he thought you had an EV back, your own, or I don't know.
I can't figure it out either. Just because I've now given him effectively 2 blockers. And it could be just one of those things where, like, in the mindset of, like, he's playing EV, it's not my unit, but it's definitely his unit. He could block with it. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe he just forgot about the fact that blood puppets could block for him, or that they were actually units he can use. Because it seems weird not to swing with the EV and just put me at 1.
Right. Because then, I mean...
But on the other hand, he probably thinks, on my next turn I have so many ways to do more than 1 damage, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So why even take the risk?
Right.
So that's probably the thought process there. So here I go. 3rd blood puppet. It's coming. We've just... The puppet storm has been a brewing.
Fully operational.
Yes.
Battle station. The puppet gun.
This is the most elite deck right here.
Yeah.
So 2 to 8, not looking good against the Phoenix Born, whose ability literally just lets him do 2 damage. But we're going to bring it down to 5 with blood puppets.
But you've got the redirect, right? So you know you can do that, right?
Right.
And so here's the question.
So he passed. We passed. I did not expect him to pass. I said, just put me at 1, but I think he's playing as safe as possible. And so we're going in. This is like the 20-minute turn. I'm at 2 health. How do I deal 5 damage?
And there is a way.
So I actually thought about it in retrospect.
Yeah.
And it won't work, but we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's because he would be active player. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk through it in a second. So I've got Blood Chains and Redirect in my hand. So here I discarded, but I was actually talking to Papa Pratt about this earlier, and I knew I needed Final Cry to deal damage. I needed Final Cry to deal 2 and then Sympathy to close, and I knew I needed Blood Chains in order to trigger my Final Cry. I didn't have a way to kill my own unit in this turn alone, right? I needed to happen this turn. I needed to roll perfectly to get the Power Ceremonial, and I needed to draw Final Cry while keeping the Blood Chains. That would give me my 2. And then I needed the other card I drew to be Sympathy Pain. So looking at my draw, if I had kept the Blood Chains, I don't draw the Sympathy Pain. So it doesn't matter either way.
Well, you could have gotten rid of the redirect. So it would have mattered, right?
Yes.
You could have, because the redirect's not going to help you to do this plan.
Right. I needed to win the game on my turn.
Right.
Or put myself in a situation that I would win on his turn.
Put him at 3.
Right. I needed to get him to 3. So I should have bailed on the redirect, kept Blood Chains, Final Cry, Sympathy Pain. That would allow me to, on my turn, kill my EV and Final Cry his face. So that puts him at 3 health. So that anytime he does a single point of damage, I would Sympathy Pain for the win. And so I lost again because of that decision point to keep redirect and discard Blood Chains. So the video is going to be really boring here because I am just trying to figure out how do I kill him or put myself in a situation to kill him. I also have a Fire Archer in the discard. I forget why that was important.
Because you could get it back, have him shoot himself in Final Cry.
No, I was going to get him back Sympathy Pain, play him, put him at 4. I can get him to 1. I can deal 4 damage if I get back the Fire Archer that I see there, play it, hit him, put him at 4, then Sympathy Pain whenever I get back the Fire Archer.
Well, couldn't the Fire Archer shoot himself?
I can't do 2 reactions at a turn.
That's not a reaction. Side action to get it back.
But look at my mana. The side action is the Final Cry mana.
You're absolutely right.
I only have 1 side action.
Oh, you're right.
So the play would be to side action, get back Fire Archer, trigger Sympathy Pain off the damage I took, and Sympathy Pain him, putting him at 2. Play the Fire Archer, put him at 1. And so the thought process here is if I can Screams, I kill him. But the issue is that he's going to be active player, and I would declare Jessa Screams, and he would resolve everything else first.
Gotcha.
He would resolve Spirit Burn, Chain of Revenge. He just needs to deal 1 at that point.
It's very interesting that it came down though,
right,
to the Blood Chains decision, which I don't think it's a bad. I mean, it's not a bad call, right? I mean, you're looking at, I'm probably not going to use this, but oh, geez.
Yes, I could have triggered my own Final Cry. It probably would have been game. Like if he, and again, this is all bearing. Like the reason this goes on so long is I just straight up ask him, "Hey, do you have Molten?" Because like we could just end this conversation right now.
Now, does he have a wolf die? So he could stop Sympathy.
Right. There's just a lot of ways I can lose here. So yeah, the Final Cry play was probably the best because I wouldn't have to meditate for it. Because I could Blood Chains, the thing, Final Cry, and then meditate all Power Charm. But yeah, this is not looking good for me. So I think I just say, hey.
When in doubt,
put out a Blood Puppet.
Put out a Blood Puppet. That is always the right answer. That's almost all of your Blood Puppets.
I think the plan here was don't let him Fire Archer.
Don't let him summon something. Yeah. But with Spirit Burn.
Yeah, he's going to deal 3, which is the issue. I can stop. The issue would have been if he plays Fire Archer and then Spirit Burns, it's 4 damage coming in from 3 sources. So right now, if he Spirit Burns a Blood Puppet, I will take 3 damage from 2 sources, one of them being 2 damage, and I can redirect it to my EV. Mm-hmm. So that was the plan going in, and I'm just going for that sympathy dice. Mm-hmm. We're just meditating the town.
No reason not to. Aggressive meditation.
He pretty much, yeah, let's see how he reacts. Oh, crazy camera work.
Gotta make that big.
Gotta let him know what it is.
Got family Blood Puppets over there.
So yeah, nice. You know.
It's so nice.
It used to Brennen just wanted to adopt. I found that Blood Puppet that was in that token. Okay. What's his way to kill me?
Death. I think he plays death on you.
So again, if he Spirit Burns now, I have an answer, and we'll be at 1. It's not a good place to be, but I will be at 1. So again, being the tactical, just slowly killing me player he is, he's going to ensure victory by playing a second Chain of Revenge.
That's another source of damage, and therein lies the...
Yes, Redirect can't handle all that damage.
Redirect can't handle all that damage.
So that's main, and then side, he's going to blow it up. And here comes 4 damage from 3 sources. And so I think I just had a spite. Sympathy Pain him.
And Screams.
For blood points. Yeah, and Screams. Leaving him at 1. Oh, what a game.
Like I said, it's very interesting that it came down to that single card toss, and you still almost were able to find a way to pull it out. And it really is all this heat. There's reaction spells, right? Final Cry and Sympathy Pain, and it's just so much damage. Or the ambush in the Fire Archer and the Stormwind Sniper. I really like his deck.
Oh yeah, me too. I really do. It's a strong deck, strong build. I actually think we misplayed it. I probably should have only reported it as getting him down to 2 because, like I said before, he's active player.
So your screams never happen.
And my screams never happens.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's how that would work. And the not timing structure. I don't know if that's what you call it.
Well, is destroy on Brennen, is that the cost? Like if you choke, he doesn't lose the creature.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, if I had choke though, this game might be in my favor.
You probably have at least 4 more life.
Yeah, but what do you take out for choke? It's really hard. I've been talking about this a lot with people. Is like, how do you make a deck that can race with Brennen, but not not have bodies to put out versus Ren?
Yeah, I think you're looking at one on the other side of the table there that might be able to with the false demons, the butterfly monks, the regress, the blood chains. It's loaded for bear, and how much less damage, how much less heat does it have versus OMG? Sympathy becomes Stormwind, right? And the illusion dice helps shut some of that down.
For sure.
So, great game. Would you change anything on your first 5, you think, in retrospect? Or your open memory play at the beginning, would it still be Puppet, knowing what you know now?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Fear was good to stop a false demon. Because I think that while I never swung in, and the false demon really wouldn't have slowed me down from swinging in, there was a lot of situations where I didn't have a lot of bodies on my side that I think that false demon sticks around. He starts getting additional damage just by hitting me.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy the blood puppets. Maybe Owl, but I think I lose a lot of damage that I got from the blood puppets. I think I was trying to explain to him here how close the game was, but at that point I was wrong about the rulings.
Well, no, I think you were right about the blood chains. If you blood chains Final Cry, you are set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that was right. No, it was a tremendous game. I appreciate the thinking outside the box, trying to leverage blood puppets and blood puppets OG Jessa.
Yeah.
Blood puppets OG Jessa.
Let's get the blood archer in there.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed. This is our second episode of Reaction, subsidy of the main action.
The main action.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, things that you'd like to see us talk about, things that we may have missed, please leave comments. We'll put it out there. Thank you to, was it Robb?
Robb Freeman, yes.
Robb Freeman, brilliant play, well done, great deck. I really do appreciate your deck, Robb. I thought you played it very well, very meticulous player, it was good stuff. If you've got anything that you'd like to share with us, comments of things we might have missed, plays that we might have missed, suggestions for different first 5s or different ways to leverage some of the cards that we've talked about, don't hesitate. We're open to it, absolutely. You can find me on Tabletop as Crispy Rat, and you as...
Try and Kill Me.
Try and Kill Me. We're on Slack pretty much all the time, and so don't be a stranger. We're more than willing to talk with you and learn from you, absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you very much. You guys take care.